I'm feeling particularly upset about the Oscar nominations that just came out, and I'm sure everybody knows why. As a woman that works in this industry and also is a filmmaker, it's just demoralizing to see this happen time and time again. But before I go into a fiery rage of how I want to burn this whole place to the ground, I do owe you 2 days of one line a day. This is a journal I kept where I wrote one line a day every day of something I did on that day for 5 years straight. And then I come online and I read it to you strangers on the internet. January 22nd, 2019. I ate crappy hotel breakfast food because I went to go stay with Florida Boy the night before because he had a gig a little further out in California. Again, I lived in LA at the time and he had diarrhea. It was a fucking awful night. I also worked nights at the time, so it looks like I drove back into LA and went to work that night still. And then I had a friend's wedding that was happening in Cleveland, so I purchased a Spirit Airlines flight to Cleveland that night. Because clearly in 2019, I was making such smart decisions. January 22nd, 2020, again, it was a day at work in Birmingham, Alabama, where I worked for The Southern Thing. We did some sketch writing, stuff like that. And then it looks like I just had a movie night with 2 friends. There's literally people vacuuming my hallways. I don't know what the fuck's happening out there, sorry. January 22nd, 2021, I was still in Birmingham, Alabama. It looks like I was just working from home and cleaned my kitchen, and I finished Avatar: The Last Airbender again. So that's how my mental health was doing. January 22nd, 2022, it looks like I went to a coffee shop and I was getting some work done, especially for Lady Parts, which is a feature film I wrote and self-produced. You'll hear about it as this goes on. And then it looks like I went out to Bushwick for a coworker's birthday party that night. January 22nd, 2023, I had brunch with my cousin, and then it looks like I kind of just went grocery shopping, cleaned, got everything together and kind of just had a get shit done kind of day. January 22nd, 2024, so my power went out 2 days ago, and because of that, I forgot to reset all my Alexa alarms, and so my alarm never went off. I woke up in a frenzy, luckily 30 minutes before work, got ready, and then I feel the whole day kind of snowballed because I just felt behind all day. The good news is I was able to renew my global entry, so there's the positive. January 23rd, 2019, I went to a coffee shop with a friend to get some writing done. Again, I was working nights, so I usually started at 4 p.m. So then I just went to work and I called my grandparents, it looks during my break, to catch up with them. The vacuuming has been going on for 2 hours. January 23rd, 2020, I went to lunch with a couple coworkers. We were still working on some sketches and stuff like that, and then I hosted a bachelor night at my apartment. And then it looks like I FaceTimed Florida Boy because we were still doing long distance at that point. January 23rd, 2021, it looks like I called Meredith, hey Mare, and then I FaceTimed my friend because we were doing a Zoom recording for The Amazing Race. Because again, it was the pandemic, so we were if we record the Zoom of us, we can crop together a video to try out. And then I started watching After Death on Netflix, and then we had a bonfire night. With some girls I had met in Birmingham, which was our fun way of being let's sit outdoors and still be social and drink by a campfire. And I really treasured those. I really loved those. January 23rd, 2022, it looks like I was grocery shopping again, just kind of doing the Sunday reset thing. And then, oh my God, a cockroach crawled across my foot as I was shitting. When I tell you, my heart stopped. And I know I live in New York, I know I live in a pre-war building, but it fucking scares me every single time. And then I met up with a friend who was visiting from LA, we got dinner, we caught up, and then it started snowing. And I was oh right, this is why I live in New York. I love it here. January 23rd, 2023, I got my blood drawn in the morning just for regular checkup. And then I went into my office. It looks like I was covering for somebody. It got really busy. It was really stressful, and I apparently got a migraine. And then when I finally got home, I took a shit ton of Advil and passed out. I really hope this means the vacuuming has stopped. January 23rd, 2024, my alarm clock did go off this morning. I made it into the office. Again, nothing too crazy happened today. And then I came home and I'm making this video. To be honest, I spent most of my day fuming and looking up what other people were saying about the Oscar noms because I mostly felt the same way, and misery does love company sometimes. If you're just as angry as I am, well, hey, you should go watch our trailer that's pinned to my profile, all about vaginal health care with a female director, female writer, female DP, majority female identifying cast and crew, and go like it and show it some support. Guess I'll see you tomorrow.